The NEOM project has been the basis of the megaproject industry for years. The project got so much hype after the Line City was introduced back in 2021. Thanks to Saudi Arabia going above and beyond with this project, cities like Dubai and countries like America started competing with their innovative ideas. Frankly, Line City seems like the future of living. There would be no roads, cars or emissions, and moving from one corner to another would be easy as cake. At first, the project was supposed to be a $5 billion project, but with recent updates, things have looked horrifying. Thanks to inflation and Saudi Arabia's financial struggles, this project is estimated to cost around $2 trillion now. Seeing this, the government decided to scale down this $1.5 trillion project, and things are not looking good for the country. So join us on the journey as we uncover Saudi Arabia's biggest project's potential threat of failure, or something that might hinder the original plan. While the NEOM project has been one of the most exciting recently, things are changing. The kingdom is struggling to attract foreign investment needed for the project. The country's landscape is changing due to fluctuating oil prices, and overall, the financial side of things is hindering the fundamental goal of the NEOM project. The desert city has always been the stuff of fantasy, and since the line is the most essential part of this project, NEOM was the talk of the town for quite some time. The line features a high-tech linear city with more robots than humans and automated things, as well as a year-round ski resort featuring artificial snow and theme parks in both the physical and virtual worlds. When the project was first introduced in 2017, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman was quite happy and saw enormous potential that could change the future of living. Since then, challenges have yet to reach the point where the country is scaling back its original $1.5 trillion Line City plan. Imagine that an imaginary city, announced to change the future of living, has preceding helping, strategy and sustainability. But why is this issue happening? And why is the NEOM project scaling back its line counterpart? Let's find out. The first significant cause of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's Line City downfall is the fact that they were relying on foreign investments. When Vision 2030 was announced in 2017, everyone assumed there would be many foreign investments. However, that just didn't happen. To surprise you with the reality, the line struggled with investments in the very first year when it was announced, but the project kept pushing on. Then, just 10 days after this megacity was announced, another tragedy hit. You see, back in 2017, 400 of the most influential Saudis were detailed in Riyadh's Ritz-Carlton Hotel. This was a plan by the Crown Prince himself, and more than 200 people accused of abuse of power, corruption, and money laundering were caught. This hotel was the same place where NEOM's launch event happened, making it an actual mess from its beginning. The mass arrest also involved many Saudi business elites, who were the bridge between the investments of Saudi Arabia and the foreign investors. After this incident, it became tough for the NEOM project to be funded like it once was. But there's another big reason why the line is suffering from the 2018 incident, where the brutal murder of Jamal Khashoggi happened. At this time, we were also introduced to what Saudi Arabia's Line City could be. Everyone started talking about this concept that was turning into reality, and for the first time, a project so big seemed to catch up with the world.
Did you order the murder of Jamal Khashoggi?
Absolutely not. This was a heinous crime. But I take full responsibility as a leader in Saudi Arabia.
But after the murder, KSA was suddenly isolated, and the West didn't want anything to do with the country. Now, you might be wondering, if Saudi Arabia is more prosperous than anything we've seen, why does it want foreign investment from other countries? And can't it just fund itself? Well, they tried, and here's the truth. The Line City was funded by the Saudi Public Investment Fund, but officials have reported that they're worried about the soaring costs that might consume the city. At first, the project aimed to be completed for just $500 billion. But then the planners saw the soaring material prices, increased labor pay, and lack of foreign investment, all of which made the project of Line to be projected as much as $1.5 trillion. That's around 3 times the original cost, which was already high enough to shake a whole country. Then in April 2024, Bloomberg reported the financial realities of Saudi Arabia's 2030 plan and how there are many financial concerns within the government. In February 2024, Saudi Arabia even started borrowing money to fund some of its ambitious megaprojects. This is true for Line, but it goes into the 2030 vision. While the public narrative is that Line City is on its way to becoming the most significant city we will ever see, things are different in private. Many reports have suggested that the Crown Prince is having tough conversations about Vision 2030 and is open to having these from the project managers. From the increasing cost of products to foreign isolation, the project is having difficulty sustaining itself even while it's being constructed. As if one trouble wasn't enough, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia got into a big problem this year. A BBC News report claimed that the country authorized using lethal force to clear its way for NEOM. Since the NEOM area is also connected to the Hawaitat tribe, this land would be a region of traditional history for them. Unfortunately for them, NEOM was selected for this land, and the Line City was planned here. According to some Saudi activists, one of the villagers, Abdul Rahim al-Huwaiti, was killed by Saudi authorities who used force and coercion to take control of the area. Then the human rights organizations went ballistic on pressurizing governments, where one political leader, UK's Deputy Prime Minister, Oliver Dowden, raised the allegations against the Saudi government. The whole narrative on the internet became that the reality behind such futuristic projects like NEOM contains brutal repression of the citizens and residents. Dana Ahmed of Amnesty International said this: "After much force, one company was withdrawn from the NEOM project over human rights violations. It was Malcolm Orr, the CEO of Solar Water, who pulled out of a $100 million NEOM contract because of human rights concerns. But after all this, what's happening in the Line today?" When you think about the Line City, you think of a futuristic 105-mile city as initially planned. But recently, the whole plan has changed. By 2030, the project will only reach around 1.5 miles, which is so little because they were supposed to finish it. Then we saw reports of the Crown Prince changing the vision of the project because of budget overspends and an ever-changing roster of key staff due to continuous firing. However, scaling back has yet to be approved by Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund. This begs the question, was the Line all just a farming machine to generate views on the internet? That's because they lacked the right capital from the get-go, which made it impossible to actually gain the desired results. In public, people were super hyped about the release of a city, and many foreigners even showed interest in living in the Line. But now, it seems more like an unsustainable fantasy that will never be proven right. NEOM is planned to be built in one of the most interesting areas in controversial times. Saudi Arabia borders Egypt, Israel, and Jordan, and the project will be built in a region where summer temperatures can easily exceed 50 degrees Celsius. So who was going to live in an intelligent city with an innovative train system and a breeze of living? Even security was promised as one of the hallmarks of this project, but we haven't heard from that side either. The initial proposed plan showed us that NEOM's projects would become progressively innovative as time passed, and the Line would be completed by 2030, which is not the case anymore. Undoubtedly, Saudi Arabia wants to build one of the most futuristic megacities ever, but are things going according to their plans? Well, with a soaring cost of materials, and oddly enough double the labor, why would the project reduce the number of people that live in it? Can the country generate a $1.5 trillion project without going bankrupt? We leave the question to you. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to our channel and ring the bell icon for more information.